Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Colorado beekeepers. I am Brian, your vice president of the CSBA, as well as the lead for your sustainability committee. Here for our October sustainability chat, we're doing something a little bit differently. We're busy getting ready for the November 1st fall meeting. So, in preparation for that, I have invited KT Thompson, our treasurer and master beekeeping director, to come and talk about some of the changes to our Big Money Honey Show. She's been working really hard the past couple of years to um, bring some new thinking to how we go about our honey show, and I'm really excited to see some of the additions for this year's fall meeting. So welcome, KT. How's it going?
It's going well. Thanks for having me, Brian.
Awesome. Do you want to go through and share some of the changes that are going on with the honey show this year?
Yes, we have aligned with the American Honey Show Training Council, which kind of sets the standard for the US honey shows. They have a big focus on the judges providing a comment card. So rather than judging and nitpicking points to decide who gets first, second, third place, and so on to place ribbons, they're judging to a standard and giving some actionable feedback on those comment cards. So I am really excited to have all of these really knowledgeable judges come and give us feedback on our entries so that we can improve our practices and improve our products. One of the things I'm really excited about for this honey show is that it's also an opportunity to expand what we're doing. So I've actually got the rules pulled up here, so I'll run through really quickly to show you where to find those rules. If you go to coloradobeekeepers.org and then under events and the winter meeting, any of these links to the Big Money Honey Contest are going to take you to this page where you can download the rules. And if you want, you can download the entry form, but you don't have to download that because we'll have copies there for you the morning of. Looking at that entry form, it shows you the list of categories you can enter. Um, and when you register, it's $8 for your first entry and then $2 for each additional entry. So fairly affordable, I think. And that just kind of goes to offset some of the costs of putting this on. So in our
Now,
rules, go ahead.
will you go back to the different categories for a second? One of the things I'm super excited about is the creamed honey sections. Will you spend a second and talk about the difference between the soft and firm set categories?
Yeah, so that's where I was headed actually.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
two great minds think alike here, Brian.
Yeah,
So in our rules, if you scroll through and look, there's about a paragraph or two for each of these categories. So you can see H4, 5, and 6 are different creamed honey categories. And if you read those descriptions, it tells you what the standard is that the judges are looking for. And
perfect.
the thing that I'm really excited about these creamed honey sections, in Colorado, we have a unique climate and it's a lot easier for our honey to granulate on its own. And so we have both a soft set creamed honey and a firm set creamed honey or naturally granulated honey category. And I think that's excellent because some of us spend a lot of time and effort making creamed honey and going through a process, whether that be specifically the dice process or some modification of it, or having a big honey creamer machine to make our creamed honey. And some of us just take advantage of what nature naturally helps us get done here in Colorado to get some naturally granulated or firm set honey that turns out really nice here in Colorado more often than not. So I'm excited to have both of those. And we also have a infused or flavored creamed honey. It doesn't have to be infused, flavored creamed honey category. So I think that's going to be a really cool way for us to really showcase some of the cool things about beekeeping and honey products in Colorado.
Nice. You want to highlight any of the other new categories too?
Of course, I'm excited about several of them. So things we added, the beeswax block is a gold standard for our honey show in Colorado, but we also have the crafts categories. We've added notions, potions, and lotions. So basically any kind of like skincare product that's got propolis, beeswax, honey, etc. in it. There's a photography category and a food category, baked items made with honey. We picked purposely broad categories so that rather than, providing an opportunity for that head-to-head competition, we really just want to see what you all make. What do we do here in Colorado and bring it to the Honey Show to show it off and get some feedback from some expert judges. And uh, with that, maybe as we're going and we get feedback from you all as you're entering the Honey Show or talking with us about the Honey Show, that'll help guide us as we do add more specific categories. For example, if everybody's got a honey cookie recipe, maybe honey cookies needs to be a category we judge in Colorado, and we'll put those honey cookies against each other head to head instead of just having a broad baked items category. But I think that's going to be a really cool way for Colorado beekeepers to interact with the Honey Show and come see what the new system is all about and get those feedback from our experts that are coming in.
And we also have a black jar category I'm excited about. Will you talk
Yeah,
about what that is and the process of how to enter your honey into that category? Because that's a little bit different.
it is. So there's rules and read the rules. That's my big tip for the Honey Show. Read the rules, see what kind of
Yep,
jar you need to have, how full should it be. And we do have, before I really actually answer your question, Brian, we do have at the end an addendum to
yep.
help you understand what kind of jars to have. Either one of these are acceptable. It can be Queen Lane or classic jar. And the fill level is a standard that they judge to. So here is your reference to know what that fill level is. The beautiful thing about the Black Jar contest is that it is flavor only. So if I scroll, sorry if you're getting whiplash for my scrolling here. The
No,
Black
you're
Jar
doing great.
the black jar contest is flavor only. So that honey can be crystallized. Maybe it has some foam on top that you didn't get scooped off. We don't even care how full your jar is because you're going to bring your sample in whatever container you bring it in, and you're going to put it in our little black sample cups so that everybody gets the same presentation to the judges, and the judges will judge flavor only. Even if this is your only honey show entry, maybe your honey is the best tasting honey in all of Colorado for 2025. So I definitely think you should bring us a 4 or 6 ounce sample to pour into our little black sample cups, and maybe you'll be the one.
Awesome. I love how you added some really nice categories, really specific categories like this, and then kind of general categories like the baking, with the idea that they could be broken into subcategories later if they become really popular down the road. I like
I,
that idea.
I think it's hard to switch to a new system and have a really specifically competitive category. Like one of the
Yeah,
big ones back east in some states is honey cake, and they'll do a very specific honey cake, like here's your list of ingredients you're allowed to use, and then another one that's honey cake open any recipe. And some of those get incredibly competitive, and that could be a fun thing if it was something that our beekeepers in Colorado wanted to participate in. But it's hard to know what category to add. So we're starting broad just to see what the participation is and what the interest is, and we'll build from there.
now, not only have you kind of put together a really cool honey show, KT, you've also been working really hard on honey show training opportunities. Will you talk about that as well as the representatives from the organization that are coming into the state to help out with this?
Yes, that's two parts to the question for me to
Yeah,
remember.
I'll
So,
help you.
first part, first part is in the end of May and beginning of June, we had I think they're the president and vice president of the American Honey Show Training Council come to Colorado and offer an introductory honey judge training to beekeepers in Colorado. And most of the folks in that group that came to that training were from Colorado. I think we did have one nice young lady from Texas come up and join us, but that was a really good opportunity for people who are interested in honey shows and competition. And some people were more interested in the competition side and the how do you win a honey show piece, and others were more interested in, okay, well, what is the standard? I just want to learn about this stuff, and maybe I'll help put on the honey shows. But, the competition piece wasn't as important to them because to them it's an educational opportunity. So we had a really good mix of those two pieces in that group. But Brett's English and Steve Genta came and did that training. And for our honey shows coming up, and I say honey shows plural because there's two, the Brighton Bee Club is hosting a preparatory honey show. So you can get feedback ahead of the Big Money Honey Show and see if you can improve your entries before November 1st with some feedback. And we have Steve Genta coming to judge both of those. So we'll have a senior honey judge giving feedback and comments. I think that Prep Honey Show on October 21st in Brighton is a really cool opportunity for folks who maybe aren't sure they have the right size jar or aren't sure about how to prepare their entries to come see what it's all about, or at least listen in because I'm going to present a presentation on how to win a honey show, and that's what we will be doing while the judges are judging the entries at that honey show. So you can come listen in, you can come enter the honey show and get your direct feedback on your entries from our senior honey judge that's coming in for that. And you can also, we added a Zoom option. So if you just want to listen in to my presentation about how to win at the honey show, that's an option. Look for information about that in the High Country Bee or the Brighton Bee Club newsletters. And I did send it out to the local leaders roundtable email. So your local leaders probably have some information about it as well in their emails.
And
But
what if a Colorado beekeeper wanted to help out with this year's honey show on November 1st? Could they
then
do that?
you should email me. I put that information in the High Country Bee, but also if you go to education and the master beekeeping general information, my email's right at the top of that page on our website. So masterbeekeepers at coloradobeekeepers.org. And we'll get you in touch with the committee and we'll help get you involved. It'll be a good time and well, I've had some really good educational experiences in this, and the fact that other people are continuing to um, pursue it tells me that I'm not the only one. So I'm excited for it. Um, what else is there
And
to
I,
talk about?
I I love honey shows. I think for me, when I think about our products with our business, honey shows are great because they provide a lot of inspiration. They help me think out of the box. They help me think about all the different ways to highlight all the cool things you can make with products that come out of the hive. I think it's a really great way to really highlight and elevate how important beekeeping is and how special some of the products can be that you can make out of your and the bees hard work. So I love the all the energy you've put into the honey show. At the very least you should go and check out all of the entrants. They'll be at the fall meeting. You'll see all the winners afterwards. At the very least, take a look at all the entrants and maybe even a little more. Enter in one of the categories. I think that'd be really cool. And as far as that process on November 1st goes, as you get to Montview Presbyterian Church, you'll have a registration table, and then you'll move downstairs and there'll be a table where you'll check in your honey, and there's a separate room for the honey show. So that's all separate. You'll have a separate check-in for all of your entries, and then you'll go to the main room where we'll have our main um, events of that day.
And
So
we'll have a little prep area so that you can prep your entries, especially like that black jar entry that you have to pour into the sample cup for us. So we'll have some good things going there, and our honey show secretaries will help you get your registration form processed and
for
be good to go.
And you've got some great resources like KT was sharing with all the Brighton Club events that you can participate in to help you prepare for that. I have also shared on our October newsletter a YouTube link to Virginia Webb's YouTube channel. If you don't know Virginia Webb and you're interested in the honey show, you should get to know her. She is world renowned in the honey show circuit. She has won major awards for her honey. She's only got a couple of videos up on her channel. It's called World's Best Honey on YouTube, but I would definitely check it out if you're new to the honey show experience. there's some great content in those videos to help you prepare for um, all of your entries for the honey show. KT, any last words? I'm super excited. I can't wait to see all of the different products that people come up with for this year's honey show.
I think it's going to be a good time. I think we're going to have some cool products showcased, and you brought up Hive products. You the author of our journeyman Hive products worksheet that we have.
That's
Um,
true.
and it's just an opportunity to get feedback from experts about the things that you're making. And it doesn't matter whether you're giving those away as Christmas gifts or if they're on your table at a vendor market or if you've got a retail shop someplace. Getting that feedback helps you improve what you do. And it also, hopefully, is some inspiration. I mean, I've heard you talk about going through and looking at the honey show stuff at the North American Honeybee Expo, which is another thing the American Honey Show Training Council does. So I just think that this is a really cool opportunity for us to see what we're doing in Colorado and have some education all the way around.
You bet. All right, KT, have a great day. I can't wait to see everybody November 1st and see all of the entries for our honey show. Thank you, everyone.